Hi, you have reached the Art of Memories. Please leave a message after the tone.
My goodness. Shake your dress, shake your dress, shake your dress. Shake your dress, shake your dress. Yo, my hair's been growing. My hair's been growing. How many months has it been? December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yo, I've had my hair, I started my log journey almost 7 months ago. Time is going by so fast. Like, exponentially. But here we are today. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Monica Anthony, and welcome back to the Art of Mary. Ow! It's been a minute. I missed this seat, man. It's nice and fresh and golden. Yeah, I feel like a queen singing in here. I feel like a queen. But we're back. I miss this. I miss this so much. I've been thinking about it for weeks, honestly. I just when you don't fulfill yourself and your passion, you feel like there's something missing. And I feel like the past couple weeks, few weeks, month almost. Goddamn, there's been something missing, but I'm back. And I want to be very transparent about my life, who I am, what's going on. I want to make sure that my podcast remains authentic and genuine, and I want everyone to know that there's no sugarcoating here, there's no beating around the bush, there's no fakeness. Like, I want to portray myself. I want to be myself, and I want to be able to also share my emotions with my audience and also just be like super transparent. I think it's really important nowadays also with social media to be transparent and just to be honest with people. Obviously, we see things online, and I always have to remind myself, take everything with a grain of salt, because not everything you see, not everything you hear is real. And not to say that other podcasts aren't, but my podcast thrives off of just being ourselves and sharing stories that are real and being able to connect with people and find ourselves in our identity. And if I can't do that, then why would a guest feel like they could do that? And that's just kind of the platform that I want to create for myself here. So I'm just going to be honest. Yes, I was on a trip, but there's other reasons. I won't go into details. I'll be transparent, but I'm not going to go into details. But there's other reasons for why I haven't been around the past couple of weeks, and life has just been hard. And I feel like it's nice to say, and I think it's necessary to say. I feel like it'd be fake of me to sit here and say, oh, like, I just didn't feel like coming on, or come up with some type of excuse or something more entertaining. It's not entertaining. To be like transparent, my life hasn't been entertaining, not one bit the last month. Honestly, the walls have crumbled around me, and you just really start to want to, oh God, I didn't think I'd get teary-eyed. Oh my God. um it really has you taking in every bit of moment in your life and appreciate everything that you have. Do not, and people say this all the time on social media, but do not take anything for granted. You never know what tomorrow holds. You never know what life has in store for you, or what the next plan is, or the next step, the path you are towards. And just really hold everyone in your life tightly. Appreciate everyone who loves you and reciprocates. Tell the people that you love them. See them as often as you can, especially if you're in the same city. There's no excuses. So yeah, not to be like ominous about all of this. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm healthy. But yeah, life just really comes at you at times where you don't expect it. And yeah, I I got my shit rocked. Like not even to be over exaggerated. Yeah, I got my shit rocked. So I'm here now. We are working through this, and that's really all that I can say. You really take one day at a time. Stuff like this doesn't just move on with time. You need to take everything easy. And honestly, I feel better sitting here and talking about it now. I feel this is my home, this is my passion, this is my safe space, literally like here. And just being able to talk about it out loud is really helpful, and sharing with my community. I think that's the most important part out of this all. But I love you all. I'm okay. Like, please don't stress. But yeah, it's just, yeah, you wake up one day and it's like, all right. Like, yeah. So that's been happening. That happened. And then quickly it was, I leave for a trip in like 4 days. And life was just scrambled, and I was like, do I go, do I not go? And what are you supposed to do? You booked basically a trip for 7-8 days that is completely non-refundable. Despite the money, I would have lost all the money. That has nothing to do with it, but it's mostly just like I had this planned, and if I don't do this, what do I even get out of not going? So just out of seeking people's opinion and just understanding the circumstances and how everything was playing out, it was just like, go, it's fine, everything will be okay. It's just a week. It's not like I was going for a month, 3 weeks, like we normally do around this time of year. It was just a quick week trip. It was last minute. Again, yeah, it was like we booked that before we left. I think for Belize, I think we booked it maybe 3 weeks prior. It was a very quick turnaround. Last minute, and that's how life should be. Live in the moment. You want to book something, you find a good flight, you need to get out of, change your environment, do so. And honestly, the timing of it was honestly good with everything going on. I was able to just somewhat remove myself from the situation a little bit, even though I don't know if that helps or not, because I found myself like having highs and having lows on the trip, just because it would be like, oh, I'm having so much fun. Like, this is beautiful. I'm in paradise. I'm with my partner. Like, just like life is good. Like, how could you not be happy somewhere like that? But then it's, you remember what you're going back to, or just not even going back to, because it's not like I'm dreading it. It's just you remember like what's going on outside of this bubble you've created that is your trip. And you're like, oh, well, my God, like, how could I possibly be happy right now knowing that that's going on? So it's so hard to navigate. I feel like I've just been in, I don't even know, a gray zone. I feel like I'm just like been in a bubble, and I've just been floating around just in the air, just like sitting in a bubble. That's how I feel like. And not that I'm waiting for it to pop, because it already has popped, but there's nothing to explain. Life just doesn't feel real. I guess I really wish I had the words to describe this, but life doesn't feel real. I feel like, oh yeah, I'm just going through the motions. I think that's a good way to put it right now. I feel like I'm just going through the motions. I feel like I'm trying to fall back into a routine, because I feel like I've been out of one, even though there's no reason to rush this. I just feel like, well, if I'm gonna do something, I might as well do stuff that I know. So yeah, it's going to the gym, it's seeing my friends, it's doing my podcast, making content. But you know when like just stuff doesn't feel right? That's what it feels like. Like it doesn't feel right. But I think I owe it to myself to somewhat bring joy and happiness. And I think for me, that's what works for me. I cannot speak on everyone, and it's not the same circumstance for everyone. But yeah, for me, it's just about finding some type of normalcy that I think helps me. So that's what's been going on. But yes, I did go on a trip shortly after. It was beautiful, fantastic. Like I said, I think it was much needed even before things played out. The reason why I booked it was just I needed a trip. life just felt really stagnant. I feel like I was almost embedded in my routine too much. And I just needed a change of scenery, whether it was for 4 days, 7 days, like a few weeks prior, I went to Montreal. Like I really just needed to change shit up. And so it was much needed. We found flights. It was very last minute. And we basically told our jobs, like, hey, like, I'm going to be off this weekend. The timing of everything, on top of everything was happening, I had a deadline for something super important at my job. And the deadline was it was the day after I was coming back. So I was going back to work on the 19th, but the deadline for basically my project was the 20th. So I knew, obviously, before I go, I basically need to get this done, because if not, I'm leaving myself one day and I don't want to be stressed, or I also don't want to think about, oh shoot, like while I'm gone, I'm going to have to go back and be like flooded with shit to get done for work because of this one day deadline. So yeah, it was just like mad scramble. I had overtime booked that I didn't really end up doing because of everything. And it was just like, boom, bomb, like explosion. But I did end up getting most of what I needed to get done. I'd probably say like a good 80% to 85%. But I'm thankful that I have a great team who supports me and was like, yo, like, you got a lot of shit going on. Don't worry, go on your trip. Like, it's fine. We'll take care of it. So I'm very thankful for that. And I did like try my best to put them in the best position that I could. And they understood everything. And in hindsight, in 2020, I think in my head, we have a deadline at work. I hate when they do this. It's like to give themselves a grace period, even though like I'm always going to get shit done. But the true deadline for this project was end of the month, like yesterday, May 29th, or 27th, something like that, this past week. But they always give them a week, like the region, like Ontario, like gives them a week notice, because it's like, oh, well, we don't want to work up until the very, very, like the last hard deadline day. So they do like a soft hard deadline, which is like a week before the hard deadline, which to me is a little annoying, because technically I do still have more time, and I wouldn't have felt so rushed before leaving if we really followed that hard deadline. I would have never left it till the very, very last day. But it's just about like, technically if they allowed it, I could have had like the 20th, 21st, 22nd to get it done. I still had those few days. Anyways, that's just how work works. Fine, I'll deal with it. So I left on the Friday, May 8th, from Ottawa, because typically we leave from Montreal or Toronto. But it was so last minute, and I didn't want to think about getting in the car and leaving the car, anyone traveling anywhere. I wanted this trip to be very seamless. Like, I wanted this to really be a vacation. We've done lots of trips and adventures in the past, and to me it's two different things. There's like a trip, and then there's vacation. And I haven't really done a vacation in the past few years, so I really just wanted to be very seamless. Easy, Ottawa airport to the destination, and we did have connections. But either way, it was like just going with the flow, make it simple, and no itinerary. Like, when I tell you, we did not have a single, other than certain restaurants that I saw on TikTok that I was like, yeah, I would like to try, but nothing was like set in stone. I never had we didn't have a reservation for anything. We didn't book a single tour. We didn't book a single excursion. Everything was truly in the moment, and I couldn't have been more grateful for that. I think I would have been so stressed if it was like, we have to do this, we have to do that. Also, we're not those type of people, unless it's something, it's not that far away where I can't go back and do it again if I really wanted to. It's different. For example, Japan, that's a trek, man. You're basically going across the world, the time zone, they're basically living in the future. And that's not something where it's like, oh, I could go back in like a year or two, like this, stuff like that. It's like, I might get there in the next 3+ years. I'll for sure go back. But I need to make my time worth it. And especially only being there for 3 weeks, it's like, yo, every second counts. So that type of trip, we have stuff booked. We are like, and not even like fully booked. It was just a list of like, what do we want to do? And that way, and if we did need to book something, it was booked, special restaurants, excursions, whatever. It wasn't like a jam-packed itinerary, but you get it. You get it. So yeah, we went. Belize was beautiful. And that's mostly what I want to talk about today, is the trip. Belize is absolutely beautiful. I think recapping trips just kind of give your audience a sense of like who you are and what you're doing. So stunning. I don't like. There's nothing else to say. We went from Ottawa to Washington, Washington to Houston, Houston to Belize. But when leaving, when I get stressed, when I'm stressed, my body, my response is sickness. Like if I'm already have lack of sleep, I'm stressed, I'm anxious, I have a lot going on in my life. I feel like just a whirlwind. When I feel like that, my body is sick. Like other people have different responses to stress. Mine is like I get sick. So before leaving, I was sick. I generally was. I had stuffy nose. I had sore throat. I had a tinge of a cough on my chest. Like I was sick. I was sick just with everything going on. So leaving, I didn't feel like shit, but I was more just like, I don't want to go and spend the next 7 days in paradise sick. But as they say, honestly, the sun does cure you. And when I tell you I was cured by day 2, I was cured. I didn't cough once. My nose was clear. I didn't have any type of congestion. Like I generally was fine. And that's just the power of the sun. And that's also why I just cannot stay in Canada because of stuff like that. Like how could I possibly live here my whole life when I step out in the sun and feel some type of humidity on my skin and I'm like this? Like I'm healed and it's no joke. But going, yeah, it was a bit treacherous. We had 2 layovers. We did have, so the only contingency with booking this trip last minute was that we had a hell of a layover there and back for 8 hours. So we slept 8 hours in the Houston airport to get to Belize. It wasn't hell. Honestly, it goes by quicker than you think. The only downside is that when we landed in Houston, the airport's practically closed. Airports do close, like the doors are never shut, but in the sense that things inside close. Obviously, it's not like a 24-hour thing, which I think is somewhat silly because some flights are still coming in. People are moving around. We weren't the only ones in there. You'd be surprised the amount of people who sleep in the airport to catch a flight like the next day. Like it was honestly packed with people. Like not packed where it's like you're sleeping next to someone, but it was just like you'd walk like in the hallways. Like airports are massive, especially like in the States compared to like Yao. Airports are massive and people would just be sleeping. So I was sick. So we landed in Houston and I was just like, I brought everything. I had tissues. I had Neostrone. I had like nasal spray in case my nose got blocked up. I had everything. So I was like, okay, well, I want to take my Neostrone to help me sleep because just when you're congested, everybody knows when you're congested, like you just struggle to sleep. And I was like, yo, like if I'm going to somewhat feel okay tomorrow, even though like once we get to Belize, we still had somewhat of a trek once we get there because we land in Belize City, but we are going 2 hours away from there. So it was still like, we're not going to really get to our spot, like our first resort, hotel, whatever, until like 3 p.m. the next day. So it's like midnight now, Friday night, we're in Houston. And I'm like, bro, I need to take this. We're walking around, but everything's closed. Like there's no restaurants open, not even like those like little like market things where you can get like chips, whatever, drinks, like nothing is open. So we asked to work and we're like, yo, like where can we get hot water? And this is the type of moment where you remember like you're in America and like no shade, but the accents like water, where are you gonna get the water, where are you gonna get hot water from at this time of night? Ain't no hot water now. Like and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it was just like, oh, like it's completely different because you hear me speak and then you hear them speak and it's like, damn, like, you know, we're in Houston. Like I just I'm really embracing everything. So it was jokes. It was jokes. And they were helpful. Well, not helpful because there wasn't any hot water, but just in the sense of like, yeah, it was just jokes. They were really nice. So yeah, she was like, yeah, basically there's no hot water around here. And I was like, okay. So then we were like, well, I'll just take the Nisotrone. I had water, like plain water in a bottle, but I didn't have hot water. So I took it. I put the powder in the water. I threw it back. It's in my head. It's like, as long as you take it with a liquid, you're not just like taking the powder dry like some people do, like with pre-workout some shit. So yeah, I drank it. Thank goodness before leaving, we packed sandwiches because we just knew like, we never know what's going to happen within all these legs and connections. We might get hungry or not have time to actually get food. So we had sandwiches, we ate those and went to bed. So we're lying on these like couches things. And when it's like maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock now, even. I'm not too sure. And I'm coughing. Like, I cannot stop coughing. I'm in this airport. I feel bad for people. I mean, the airport's massive again, but I feel like it's just echoing everywhere now. Like, I cannot stop coughing. So I'm having like just a spell, coughing. So finally I get up and I go to the bathroom and I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck? And I'm drinking water and nothing's going away and I'm in the bathroom. I'm coughing. And then one cough sent it over. And I coughed. I coughed and shit came up. Like, it was sitting right here and I was like, yo, am I about to throw up now? And again, I'm just having this coughing spot. I couldn't stop. So it just kept. And then finally I was like, yo, like, bathroom. Like, girl, like, get in the stall. So I bust open the door. And next thing I knew, I'm sorry, like, trigger warning if you don't like vomit, throw up, whatever. I'm projectile vomiting in the toilet in the Houston airport. Like, and it's like, almost dry heaving because I've had one sandwich in the past like 6 hours. We've been traveling away from, like, there's nothing open now. I can't have anything. There's no medicine. Like, it just, I'm regurgitating that water and neocentrone that I had. And little behold, this might be common knowledge. I wasn't too sure, but you're supposed to have it with hot water. I always had it at home. But I was in dire need. I was away from home. I'm sick. I'm trying to sleep on this goddamn airport couch thingy. And I want to sleep. But yeah, my body, like, absolutely rejected it. And I'm, like, in the bathroom. And it's like, bro, it's like 2 a.m. I have my eye mask at the top of my head. I'm sick. I've had the week of just, like, like, and I'm vomiting. That's how I'm just, like, it's hurting me almost. I'm almost like feeling abs because my body's pushing it out of me, but there's nothing left to give. So I kind of made a mess, so I cleaned it up. And now, like, you know, when you throw up, sometimes you're teary-eyed. And again, I'm so tired. I'm not even at my destination yet. I'm exhausted. So I started to wash my hands and clean myself up. And then a worker comes around. She's like, what are you doing in here? And I'm like, I can't hear anything. Also, I think I had headphones in because I was playing, like, what's it called? God. Anyways, I was playing, like, dark noise just, like, in my ears just because it helps me sleep. Whatever. I didn't want to hear the noise of the airport. And I knew she's like, oh, you can't be in here at this time, whatever. I was literally like, okay. And I just walked out. I go back. I tap him and I'm like, yo, bro, like, I just threw up. He's like, what? And he's, like, confused. Also, it's light. Like, it's not dark in the airport. Just because it's late doesn't mean it's dark. So, like, there's lights on just like how it is now. And you're trying to sleep, imagine. Like, it's just hell. But it went by fast. So, anyways, I ended up falling asleep for a little bit just because I guess I got that shit out of my system. And by the time we woke up, it was his birthday. So, I had access to a lounge. So we went to the lounge. We had mimosas, a quick breakfast just before a flight. And yeah, we got on the flight. Landed in Belize, and everything wasn't too long. Even though the layover was long, all 3 flights we took were like maybe 2 hours, 2.5 max, like each of them. So it was just like, it was silly, but like, you know, you're young, like you only live once, whatever, man. Like the flight tickets were cheap, like I don't really care. So yeah, we get to Belize. I booked we booked a car from Belize City to San Ignacio, which is kind of 2 hours away from Belize City. So we went there first. That was our first stop. We stayed in 2 different places just to give us variety. You know, I got to switch it up. Also, Belize was giving 2 different vibes. Like San Ignacio, I say like it gives you like treehouse vibes. Like where we stayed, we were at like the top peak of like this hill. So once we got to our like hotel resort thing, we stayed in like these little like hut cabanas, and it was just really cute, and you could see the whole view of the whole city, and it was just, you're surrounded by like trees and nature and plants. I'll put some like pictures in so you can see, but yeah, it's beautiful. That part was beautiful. We were nearby all like the Mayan ruins, so we did a lot of that, but again, like no booking. We would just wake up 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., whatever time it was, eat breakfast, and then we just like, what do you want to do today? Half the time we would ask the front desk like, what is something that you would do today just on a whim, and they would give us suggestions and we would do it. Yeah, one of the best days I'd probably say is when we went to Tunich. It's one of the second biggest one in Belize. We can get to the biggest one that was a bit more further. And again, like we weren't trying to like trek anywhere far. Like it was just like 30 minutes. I think the first we went was like 30 minutes to that one. The second highest one. So we went there, climbed it. Very scary. Very, very, very scary. If you're scared of heights, I'm scared of heights and I did it just because I'm more of a like, I want to say that I did it. But if you're like truly, genuinely scared of heights, be mindful. There was a little bit of tears, a little bit of like shaking. Like I'm not going to get into the details, okay? Like I was scared. Just to be point blank period, I was scared. So we went there and then I think we went back and then we had couples massage booked, which was really cute. So we did a couples massage. Then after the couples massage, I think we went for dinner. So that was probably one of the best days there. It was just giving like relaxing variety. Yeah, just like I don't know how to give it to you guys. Like it was chill. Like we'd sit by the pool, lots of just like drinking, lots of cocktails. Big cocktail, bro. You get your money's worth there, man. Like it was a hotel resort, but it wasn't like all inclusive. So we had to just pay as you go. But again, we're two people. Like it wasn't anything crazy. The prices were reasonable. It was in Belize dollars or USD. So we had a few USD, but even if you tapped, your credit card converts it. Like it's fine. So yeah, lots of drinking, getting to know the workers there. You know, we're chatty Cathy, so we like to talk to people, get to know like the area. Belize is very interesting in the sense that it's obviously like very close to Mexico and Venezuela. It's kind of like sits in the middle there, like kind of on the coast. So just you can't really tell who is from where. Like I couldn't tell you like what a Belizean looks like just because there's all walks of life within this country because they're so close. People go within, like people cross through. People from Mexico live there. People from Venezuela live there, and vice versa. Like it's a mix of a plethora of people, which is beautiful because you honestly no one looks alike. Like everyone has a different shade. Everyone has different hair types. Everyone has different body types. Like it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place. Just super kind people. Like you think Canadians are nice. Belize, like people who live in Belize are the kindest people ever. One thing to note is like in the restaurants, they're not forcing you. You know how like here, like servers are kind of not like hovering, but they're there to serve you, and obviously like they want to get a tip, and you know like they just. Not, sometimes I just find here like they're doing the most, but there, bro, let me tell you, they'll check up on you like every now and then, but they're not hovering in the sense of like, and they're also not doing the most terms like, hi, like I'm your server today, like my name is Lori, if you need anything from me, just like let you know. It's just like, bro, I don't even think we learned really. Yeah, some servers said their names, some didn't, some were just like, yo, you need anything, and there was no tables also, unless you were at more of like an upscale restaurant. We went to maybe like 2 or 3, but for the most part, like when we ate brunch, lunch, dinner, it was just every worker did everything. There wasn't anything assigned. Everyone was checking up on everyone. So it wasn't like, oh, I have to wait for my server. You could hail down anyone like, oh, like, can I just get some ketchup or something, whatever, and they would get it for you. It wasn't like, oh, I'll tell your server. Or, oh, like, anyone would punch in anything. It was just mad chill vibes. Like, there wasn't any pressure. There wasn't any stress. Even, like, street vendors, if they would come up to you and be like, oh, do you want to buy a bracelet? Or do you want to buy, like, a cup of juice? You'd be like, oh, no, thank you. No problem. Walk away. There was nobody forcing you to buy anything. There wasn't any forcefulness, which I appreciate because I've been to places where it's like, come on, man, you know, like buy one from me. I'll give you a good deal, this, that. Like they kind of not leaving you alone a little bit, which to me on vacation, bro, I don't have time for this. Like if I'm telling you no, like please no. And in Belize, like they knew that. I think they really appreciate tourism and they prioritize that because I think one of the main sources for them is, you know, tourism have, especially from the States, because the States is so close to there, a lot of Americans. There was Americans everywhere. It was just, yeah, like there were, I think we did meet or we hear like a few people that were Canadian. We did meet a German, 2 guys were German, so that was interesting to meet them there because like what are you doing all the way over here? But people travel all over, but it's interesting. Like damn, like you came from far, are you? But yeah, definitely a lot of Americans. It's giving an American spot, but again, which is fine. Like you know, you meet some cute people. So So yeah, we stayed in San Ignacio. We tried some food, great seafood. I had my best seafood in San Pedro. So we stayed Friday, or technically Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, in San Ignacio in the like tree house type of vibe. Once we left there, we went to San Pedro, which is an hour and a half from Belize City. So from San Ignacio, we had to take like a shuttle back, or it was even like Greyhound, like a bus back to Belize City, which is 2 hours, Tuesday morning. And then once we get to Belize City, you get on a water taxi, which is not as big as a ferry, like one of those big boat ferries, but not as small. Like I've been on some of those small, like in Guyana, like those small water taxis where this is like max, like maybe 7 people. This is like, I think it held like maybe 100 people between like the main and up top. So yeah, it's giving water taxi. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. So you had to book that. So yeah, we booked tickets for that in Belize City. Once we got there, you get on the water taxi, and then it stops in Cape Cocker, which is somewhere that apparently we missed out on. But you can't do everything in 7 days. I'd have to go back. But Cape Cocker is one of also the main island areas in Belize. So we wanted to give both because San Ignacio was giving, like trees, nature, the ruins, just stuff like that. And then we also were like beach people. We want sun. We want to be in the water, or not even be in the water, bro. I'm gonna touch the water a little bit, but I'm gonna dip a little toe in there. But I'm not. I say I'm in the pool, but I'm not swimming in the ocean. Also, I think it's sea moss or algae. I don't know, one of the two, but it's heavy around that time of year. So some of the beaches on a certain coast of San Pedro were just filled with it. So everyone who like owned like a beachside bar or a restaurant on that side basically like didn't have a lot of customers, and they were losing business because of like the sea moss or the algae, whatever it was. So a lot of people go around. So on this side is where it was, but if you go around, drive all the way around to the other side of like the islandish whatever, there's other beaches which don't get that, which is interesting from the other. I don't know how it works, but anyways, those beaches didn't get it. So those were a lot more popular with people because people obviously want to be in the water and swim and not with all that stuff on you and around you. And it was like piles. Like it wasn't just like a little bit, piles of it. Like they have to come with like tractors and like scoop it up and bring, I don't even know what they bring it to. But yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. So yeah, we got on the water taxi, stopped at Cape Cocker, and then our last stop was San Pedro. You get off, and then in San Pedro, everyone drives golf carts. Like there's cars, but for the most part, the means of transportation is golf carts, which is lit because I feel like I'm playing Mario Kart, basically. You're just like driving around a golf cart. I mean, you're not zooming, but yeah, but like it's different. It's a different type of means of transportation that you're not used to from home. And I feel like I'm embedded in like their way of life. Like if this is how the people do there, I'm gonna do it there too. So we got there. The guy that I got in contact to book the golf carts met us there. Like everything's basically through WhatsApp. He asked for like a deposit, and I was like, bro, and he was like, yeah, like just like Venmo like $50 or something like that, just to like hold it. And I was like, we don't have that in Canada. He's like, oh, okay, no, I'm bothered, just pay it in full when you come. But it's just stuff like that where it's like, yeah, bro, like I don't know if we do in Canada, and we obviously just don't use it because we have e-transfer, or if we actually don't. But either way, I was like, listen, that's like not really a thing here. I'm not downloading this app or whatever. But anyways, get the golf cart, go to our second location, which is it was just like a hotel / hostel on the beach. We did not stay in the hostel. We had a hotel room, but it accommodated both. So like some doors would say like the type, like girls hostel or boys hostel or whatever, which is like cool. It accommodated both. But yeah, ours was like looking over the water. So if you saw my story, that's the story that you saw of like we were up top at the rooftop, and it had a pool, it had a barn behind, and you could just see like all of the water. It was absolutely beautiful. I would definitely stay there again. They had complimentary breakfast, but I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. Definitely a fan favorite in terms of food. They have something called Fried Jacks, which is basically being from the Caribbean. But I've had that like every day of my life, because in Jamaica we have dumplings, and then obviously in other countries you have like bake, and like just every country in the Caribbean I feel like has a version of some type of like baked like bread or like a dumpling or something like that. So yeah, it's basically the equivalent to bake if you've ever had bake. And yeah, it's just they split it open. But their thing is bake usually, I mean, you can eat it stuffed, but like theirs is like typically comes stuffed with something. So like egg, cheese, vegetables, like anything. Like I could put a picture in here for you, but yeah, like those two of those in the morning, I'm good. Don't give me nothing else until like 2 p.m. I'm good. Like bro, they were stuffed. Like I was good. And yeah, so those were delicious. We had those quite a bit. I definitely try to hunt some good ones down. And I would say probably the best ones I had were at Estella's. So if you're ever in San Pedro, go to Estella's. Those slapped. Again, by the water. But just beautiful. That part was hot. I mean, Belize is hot. I forgot to... Hot. Like, your breath is hot. It's so humid. I feel like on a hot day it was giving like 39 with the humidex, just like humid, like shower twice a day type of thing. Like we'd wake up, obviously we showered the night before, we'd wake up, do our like morning thing, afternoon shower, and then like evening do your thing. And if I really felt dirty in the evening, I'd shower again before bed, depending on what we did. If we were just like sitting and just drinking whatever, I'd maybe not shower again. But for the most part, yeah, it was just like, bro, I need to just a good lather once again, a good scrub, get the parts, and because it's just like in your creases, you're sweating, you're hot, my hair is hot, I need to wash my hair. I wash my hair so much on that trip. Typically when I'm home, I wash it once a week just with all the sports and whatever that I'm doing. But yeah, there I was washing like every second day. Like my hair needed a good rinse. So yeah, San Pedro was good. We went to the beach. San Pedro was definitely a lot more like, I mean, San Ignacio was still chill, but San Pedro was giving chill. Like, bro, again, wake up at whatever time, go figure out somewhere to eat on a whim, whip our golf cart around, go to a beach bar. We'd hang out at this one spot that we found that the beach was filled with like the sea moss or whatever. So there's nobody there because obviously like the white people, like they want to be around, like they want to go in the water or whatever, but we're not too much into that. So all we needed was 2 beach beds, a bar, and some good music. And this place had that, but there was no one there because it was filled with that sea moss. So we had basically like the whole place to ourselves, like the whole beach. There was what is that beanbag tossing game, that cornhole. They had cornhole. They had even like a volleyball court. Like they had everything, but no one was there because of the sea moss that drives people away. But we were like, listen, man, I don't even want to go in the water. So for me, this is elite. We had the bar guy all to ourselves, like never waited once. He would just make us our drinks. And yeah, and music, like good music. Every place had just like massive ass speakers. So it would be like Afro beats, Caribbean vibes, reggae. It would give you reggaeton. Like it would give you everything. So yeah, we hung out there probably twice, like for a good like few hours, like from early afternoon to late afternoon. And yeah, a lot of the motives were just like, where are we gonna go eat? Where do you want to go drink? And yeah, that was basically it for that. There was no excursions in San Pedro. It was merely just hanging out and enjoying each other's company, which it doesn't get better than that. When you're hanging out with your best friend for like 7 days, like, bro, what, in paradise? What? Shit don't get better than that. It was absolutely beautiful. We had so much jokes, so many inside jokes that came from that trip. But yeah, and then next thing you know, it was time to come back. But coming back was definitely, yeah, going was already crazy, but coming back, listen. So it's our last day. Yeah, we met some cool people. Last day, bro, I got drunk. That I didn't even do anything. We got drunk like afternoon because the rooftop was just, they were doing drinks and shots and whatever, and the bartender was just like egging us on so much. And I was like, bro, like, don't do that because I think we got like 9 lemon drop shots. Just to like give you a sense of, like, bro, and I already had stuff over that. We had red Solo cups because we got a bottle at duty free before, like as we arrived. So we had that in our hotel room. So we're mixing that with like some Coke. Like, but it was just insane. So yeah, we got drunk, and yeah, I didn't do anything. It was like, okay, we're gonna get drunk, take a cute nap, unravel, shower, whatever, and then we're gonna go out for a last time. We did not go out. And that is fine. Like, honestly, there was a few nights where we were just like, yo, like, we were just in the room, like posted, like, bro, I'm on vacation, man. Like, I'm not trying to do anything stressful or like, please, like, let me relax. But anyways, coming back, get on the water taxi back to Belize City. Belize City, once you get to the water taxi area back in Belize City, it's like 20-minute drive to the airport. Boom, got a taxi, quick things. Get there, check in, everything's smooth. We think ahead of time. Like, we got food the night before and kept it in our fridge. That way, by the time we got to the airport, because just we knew the mornings would be busy, we brought it all the way to the airport. That way, once we got there and like went through security, this, that, whatever, we had food. So we ate that, checked in, went through security. So now I'm full, we're set, we're good. Got on our flight on the tarmac. And honestly, I won't shout out the airline. I know my most viral TikTok video is based on me blasting an airline. So I might not do this time, but they owe me. I might do it later or not, but y'all owe me. But me and airlines, like, we actually tussle. Even though I'm like, I don't fly that often, maybe twice a year, I have beef. So basically, we go from Belize City to Houston, back to Houston, because that was our last destination before, whatever. So we get on. This airline is very strict about how many bags you have. Obviously, we went carry-on. Anytime our trip is less than like 10 days, we typically go with just a carry-on and a personal like backpack, because it's like, I'm not trying to do the whole rigmarole with the check bag. Also, with all of our connecting, we had 3 flights. I'm not trying to lose my bag at any point in time. So we did carry on. But I do fanny pack just because my fanny pack has like, it's on me. So I have like my passport on deck, lip balm, just like portable charger things in there. It's just the fanny pack. It's like one of the unique little ones. And then I have my backpack and then my carry-on. I've never had a problem with that. I've gone so many places with just like that trio, because who considers a fanny pack a third bag? But I digress. But this airline strictly, not on the leg from Ottawa to Washington, but on the leg between Belize and Houston, they were really strict about having a second personal bag. And for them, if you had a backpack and what's it called? Like a purse or a fanny pack or something and a carry-on, they consider that like 2 personal bags. And I was like, bro, that's not a bag. I forgot. So I heard that on the way to Belize. So I was like, yo, like, because he also had a fanny pack. And I was like, yo, put that somewhere. But on the way out from Belize, I didn't think they were going to care. I forget. So we're going on the plane. The plane is on the tarmac. You have to like walk out onto the tarmac to get on the plane. And the gentleman stops me. He's like, oh, you have one too many personal bags. You have to consolidate that before getting on the plane. I'm like, bro, are you serious, bro? Like, I'm telling you, this is not going to make a difference whether I shove this in my bag right now or whether I go on the plane with it on me right now. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And I typically keep my bag underneath me anyway. So yeah, they stopped me from going on. I had to shove my fanny pack in my bag, all for me to just get on the goddamn plane, take it out again, because that's where my AirPods is. That's where I access all like my quick stuff. My backpack is like clothes and like just stuff that I don't need live. So I take it out once I'm on the plane. And is anyone going to say anything? No. So why would I have walked that 200 meters just to take it out again? It's just shit like that. So we get to Houston. In Houston, we land. But, no. Yeah. We get to Houston. I'm truly tripping right now. I'm really tripping right now. Okay, yeah. So we get to Houston. We land. Everything is fine. Like, we were smooth, or on time. We had no problems prior to that. We're very punctual in terms of making flights. But when we land in Houston, the gate that our plane is supposed to go to is occupied because we were early. Whatever happened. So we're just posted somewhere, like just on the plane posted somewhere. And they're just like, and then when it was ready, we went to go to be taxied and got to the gate. But at that point, we didn't obviously book the route. Like, we booked from Ottawa to Belize, but all that connecting stuff, we didn't do it. The airline does that. So you just look at the route. If it makes sense to you, if you get to your destination, you book it. So that's what we did. I have no say in like the timing, how much time you have in between each flights, but everything looked fine. Like, we got there obviously, so on the way back it's basically the exact same thing. But because of all that taxing, waiting to get to our gate, and also you go through security and like immigration leaving Belize, but So you wouldn't think typically you have to do it again, but because of the states and how they operate their TSA, whatever, you have to do it again. So once we got to the gate, and by the time we got off to go through customs, the line. If you've ever been to the Lisbon airport, you know what I'm talking about. Like it's like it's like the line to get to customs, but this line, I was like, oh, we're not gonna make it. Automatically, we get off the flight. We not run to customs because I'm like, okay, whatever. Like we're close on time now that the fucking plane was in our gate and it took forever to just get there. But the line for customs in Houston was absolutely ridiculous. And why was there only like maybe 4 customs agents working? Maybe. And the line was like 45 minutes long. Easily. We're not making this second flight to Washington. And we were supposed to go to Washington and sleep there for 8 hours, just like how we did going. And then the next morning we get to Ottawa for 10 a.m. But I was like, oh, we're not going to Washington. Like, automatically, I knew we weren't going because everything took so long because of the plane situation. So I was like, bro, like, should we skip the line? And you could tell so many other people were pressed in line because why was this line so long? So we're waiting. I'm looking at the time. I'm checking my phone. I'm looking at the time. I'm checking my phone. I'm looking at the time. Checking my phone, I'm looking at the time. And time is going by and we're not moving fast enough. And there's a family with kids. She has a stroller, she has a toddler, and she's asking the guy who's like delegating for people to go to watch line. She's like, what happens if we don't make it in time? He's like, no, the airlines know you're coming. Like, they know these lines are long. If they know these lines are long, then why don't you add more people to service us so we can get through this quicker? Like, people have connecting flights. I literally I have somewhere to go. I'm not American. I need to leave this country. So we're waiting, and I'm sick. I'm sick because I've been through this in the Lisbon airport. If you know, you know. And that time we made it, but by like the skin of our teeth. Like by the time I got on the plane, they closed the door behind us. So I was like, no, I don't want to experience this again. I'm scared. So we're waiting. Finally, we get up, and I'm like, bro, this is gonna be like the nick of time. And also, I don't know this airport. I don't know I know where our gate is, but I don't know how far. Like, I just don't know if we're going to make it. And so I'm hot and I'm taking off my sweater. I'm stressed. And finally we get to the agent's guy and he's like, where are you going? What's your route? I'm like, listen, like we got a flight. So he could already tell the vibe. He's like, where are you coming from? Like Belize, where are you going? Ottawa, connecting to Washington. He's like, Washington. And we're like, yeah, the flight leaves like live. Like, no, like now. Like literally now. And he's like, on your way up, like if you see a United agent, just let them know you're coming. They'll like call whoever's at the gate for your flight to tell you like hold the door or something like that for like a little bit. But again, I don't know. At that point, it didn't even matter. I was just like, I just want to get to the gate. Like, I'm not going to look specifically for a night worker. Also, why don't they have anyone nearby? Just, I can't. I can't. Like, why isn't there anyone in that area other than the custom agent? Because that's not their job. But who is more like, yo, yelling at like anyone on this flight, please come forward, whatever. Because obviously not everyone in the line is pressed for time. Like some people could tell like whatever, but there were some people who were on our flight and probably others who were like, yo, like our flight leaves live. So why isn't anyone just doing their job in terms of talking upstairs to the gates, being like, yo, or upstairs being like, oh, we have 10 people missing from this flight. Let's see if they're in the customs line and speed up the process for them to make, like, if it's more than, like, 5 people, like, come on, bro. Are you still gonna leave the fuck, like, come on. So as we sprint, like, when I tell you guys we're running, I'm running. I'm sprinting in this airport and thank God I had no check baggage. And this is why, again, if you go somewhere for 7 days or less, try to go with just a carry-on, because I'm telling you, it's times like this or times we have connecting flights where you're gonna lose your shit and you're fucked. And if we had to check our bags, for sure we would have missed that flight. I got there. So we're running, and then we pass by where you typically would like check in your bag. We see the United thing, but they're serving people. So I'm like, well, do we like interrupt and be like, yo, can you talk to your buddies up there and tell them like hold that flight, or do we just take a risk and keep running and hope that we make it? So I was like, no bother with, like, just let's run, like, because they looked like they were doing something else. So we're running up the escalator, down the hallways, down and around. We're looking for like C42, gate C42. We're running, And we're running so fast that there's people, you know, airport restaurants, lounges, there's people yelling, "You can make it! You can make it! Run!" We're running. Like, it's like we're in the movies. I'm getting out of breath. Because, bro, I haven't been to the gym in like 3 weeks. Like, with all this life stuff, I'm tired. Even if I had been to the gym, I haven't sprinted like that. I don't even sprint like that in the soccer field. Like, I haven't ran like that in so long. I'm exhausted. So we're taking a break. But I'm still walking fast. I'm sweating. I'm having my head tie on. I'm sweating. I'm running. Now. I do a little jog. I'm running. Then I'd sprint again. Then I'm running. And finally we see it. I just see a crowd of people. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. And lo and behold, we missed our flight. We missed it. It was still outside. I saw it out the window. And yeah, we got rebooked for the next day to Chicago and Chicago to Ottawa. So instead of landing at Ottawa at 10 a.m. originally, we got there at 1. So it wasn't anything crazy. We did spend 10 hours in that airport. So it was a hard 10 hours because I wasn't comfortable like the first time where I could lie down. I couldn't lie down this time. So just because the chairs and the area we were in the airport, I didn't want to walk around too much. But yeah, that was it. We missed it. That was the first time I've ever missed a flight. Kind of crazy. But yeah, my phone shut off like twice because of iPhone storage full. I'm trying to sort that out. I need to get a phone with more storage or the camera. Like, I'm trying to sort out my shit, guys. Like, just life is all over the place. But thank you so much for tuning in. I'm okay. I'm gonna make it through this season, one day at a time. But I just wanted to come here and talk to my audience. I miss doing this. This is my passion. I feel better. So until next time, TAFM loves you. We'll be back. I'm a bounce.